Rodan is the principal of Erskine Rodan Immigration Lawyers and has been helping people sort out all kinds of visa problems for over 30 years. Good afternoon to you, Erskine.
Good afternoon.
How long has it been actually? When exactly did you start the firm?
Back in July the 1st, 1976, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
It is a long time ago. Since you have been in immigration law for such a long time, for over 30 years, you would have noticed the changes. Has it changed much?
Oh, absolutely, incredibly. Beforehand, back in the early 80s and late 70s, there'd be probably about 40 sections to the whole Act, and there would be only a small number of regulations. And the bureaucrats hadn't really got to the legislation as they have now. And now you'll find there are about 500 odd sections. There are 2 volumes of regulations. There's policy behind those regulations, and there's other documents, and there's cases of law about every particular aspect of immigration law. So it's a very, very wide and very extensive area of law now. You could compare it with taxation law, you could compare it with social security law, any kind of people law. It's the immigration department and their ministers have always thought that they would be able to legislate for every person. I think in the time to come there will be 22 million pieces of regulations and rules, because that's the way how they think.
Erskine, you're known as the one who can take on the really tough cases and lead them through, hopefully, to the result that the client wants. What would be one of those cases that you're really proud to have led, and why so?
Well, it's not just me, it's a team effort. And I think when you talk to other members of the practice, you'll find out that a number of us have a number of amazing stories. I know Christine has and Lena have amazing stories to tell as well. But it's very hard to isolate just one. But I did receive a letter from one of my clients who I always enjoyed working for, but it was a very tough case. And that letter was a two-page thank you note, and I was very happy about receiving that letter, because it reflected exactly what happened. The family had come over from one of the countries in Southeast Asia, and they had come via another airport before they got to Australia, and then they came and their passports, they conveniently were provided passports, and they gave those passports back to the person who gave it to them. So they got into Australia, and then for about 15 years they were very much afraid of what to do, and what way they could become legal in Australia. So they came to see me, and they had 2 daughters. I got the daughters' permanent residence first, and then I got the parents' permanent residence. But it was very, very hard, because they were all illegal immigrants, and I had to make sure that we did everything one step at a time, and ensure that the safety of the parents. So when we finished it all, and it took 9 years, when we finished it all, the parents were highly elated. The older daughter had gone over to America and working in a postgraduate area in one of the more fashionable universities in the United States, and the younger daughter's got a wonderful profession that she's working at the moment. So, you know, that is satisfying, and that is very, very, very good as far as I was concerned. But to get this letter from them, from one of the daughters, was absolutely wonderful, because it just expressed their feelings about what happened in those 9 years, and how they were so uncertain in their lives, and that's how we gave them certainty, and that was basically what it was all about, you know, giving people certainty. And there are many, many stories like that. Over 35 years, there are many refugee stories, there are many business stories, family stories, and stories where people have been to other lawyers or agents, or not agents, people who said, yes, I know what to do, give me $5,000 and I'll get you a visa, and of course they take the $5,000 and they run away. So that's happened a number of occasions. So it has been very important for us to show that we can lead in that particular area.
Erskine, how would you describe your team at Erskine Rodan? What are the qualities that your firm espouses that you've worked hard to make sure are the core values of your firm?
I think expertise, resilience, persistence, and knowing and getting to know how to get through the whole bureaucratic mess that people find themselves in when they arrive at our office. So it's been very important for us to ensure that we have lawyers of high calibre, and we do, and we're very happy about the high calibre of our lawyers, and they are all very willing, honest, beautiful people that work in this place, and we are so happy with them and the way in which they obtain wonderful results.
You and Christine and the team indeed have written and published a book which gathers on that 35 years of experience and really is the definitive guide to all sorts of Australian visa and residency issues, and it's called Migrating to Australia. Firstly, why did you do that, and was there any concern at all that it might take business away from the firm?
Well, actually it was the inspiration of Christine's, and she was the one that persevered, and I think it took about three to 4 years to get into this particular form, and the book is basically a salute to the way in which Christine and Lena and other members of the practice have worked through the various chapters. And in answer to the second question, no, look, it's a great marketing tool, and it's very important. People get to know you. They have people publicly said this is a wonderful book. We've got rave reviews, and some very high-flying people have said that the book is a wonderful book to have. It's very easy to read. There's examples of how people's cases have been dealt with, and how we can identify some of the problems. So yes, it's a great book, and it's been of great help to the practice because it means it's giving us an extra extension to the practice.
If you were an overseas migrant wanting to come to Australia, and given that you know, with your 35 years of background in immigration law here, but given that you know what you know already, what steps would you take if you were that overseas migrant to maximise your chances of getting your visa?
Well, I think I would basically contact our firm, yep, because that's the starting place, and we in our firm are able to assist any and every type of visa holder to try and get either a temporary visa or obtain a permanent visa. So come to us.
Good speaking with you today, Erskine.
You're welcome.
Erskine Rodan is the principal and founder of Erskine Rodan Immigration Lawyers, the Australian law firm that specialises in helping you achieve success with your visa and residency applications.